Blood, the most precious gift that anyone could give to another person. The gift of life. I repeat, the gift of life. A decision to donate your blood can save thousands of lives. Malaysia, unfortunately, is facing a shortage of blood supply at hospitals, and despite blood donation and blood donation campaigns and drives, the number of donors still remain at approximately and sadly only 2.5% of Malaysian population. How sadly it is, as stated by Brenda 2016. Imagine that your blood can save people's life. Wouldn't that be so amazing? Not only by saving people's life, but also it has its own benefits to us. I am sure that most of us scared of donating blood because we think that it is painful and do not give any benefits to us. However, it is undeniably true that by donating blood, we can actually gain a lot of benefits. Today, as I am standing here in this breezy, windy and rainy day, Assalamualaikum, good evening, madam. I am here to convince and persuade all of you guys to start donating blood because it brings tons of significant, specifically and particularly in our blood flows, iron levels, and to reduce the risk of cancer. Now, let us move on to my first point. Donating blood is a necessity because our blood may flow better. I strongly believe that you should donate blood by now because it will help your blood to flow better. Do you know what a high sugar diet, smoking, toxic electromagnetic forces, emotional stress, anxiety, and high cholesterol food does to your blood? All of these make your blood hypercoagulable, meaning it makes it thick and slow moving, which increase the risk of having a stroke. Hypercoagulable blood contributes to inflammation because your blood does not flow well. Oxygen can get to your tissues and your brain. If blood has high resistance to flow, it will flow like a molasses, like Sarah said, it will flow like a gel. Say, as stated by Philip D. Christopher, the director of the Loyola University Health System Blood Banks. Repeated blood donation may help the blood flow in a way that less damaging to the lining of the blood vessels and could result in fewer arterial blockage. According to him again, what is clear is that blood donors seem to not to be hospitalized so often. If they are, they have a shorter length of stays, and they are less likely to get heart attacks, strokes, and cancer. Do you agree with me? It is crystal clear that if you donate blood, our blood will flow better. Now that I have convinced you to my first point, let's move on to my second point. Balanced iron levels in our blood. In my point of view, this is clearly the most important reason. For each unit of blood donated, you lose about 1/4 of gram of iron. Losing an iron from our body is not a bad thing, and having too much iron is not a good thing too, because it can be bad for our blood vessels. It has been long known that menstruating women have fewer heart attacks. This was previously thought to be due to hormones, but now thought to be due to lower iron levels, similar to premenopausal women. Blood donors have been found to be 88% likely to suffer from a heart attack, and this is thought to be due to its effects on iron levels. Researchers explain because high body iron stores have been suggested as a risk factor for acute myocardial infarction. Donation of blood could theoretically reduce the risk by lowering blood iron stores. Are you convinced enough? Now? Yes. Now that I've told you, I've convinced you two reasons of why you should donate blood, which is flow our blood better and balance the iron level in your body. Let us take a look at the third point, which is to reduce the risk of cancer. The reduction of iron stores and iron in our body can reduce the risk of cancer. Iron has been thought of to increase free radical damage in the body and has been linked to a decreased risk of cancer and aging, says a study published in the Journal of National Cancer Institute. The Miller Keystone Blood Center says that the consistency of blood donation is associated with the lower risk of cancers, including liver, lung, colon, and throat cancer. due to the reduction in oxidate stress when iron is released from the bloodstream. As a conclusion and summary, less than 10% of the population actually donates blood. How sad it is. They said that they are afraid of AIDS, needles, blood, and they're too busy, they say. But sometimes you got to look at the bigger picture. You are potentially saving someone's life and helping the community out. According to the Red Cross, a single donation can save the life of up to 3 people. I repeat, a single donation can help at least 3 people to stay alive. You should now convince with me with my 3 points, which is the first one, your blood may flow better, your iron levels will stay balanced and reduce the risk of cancer and other things. But most important is among the most selfless things a human being can do. So be part of something bigger that you can do to donate blood. Being human is given, but keeping our humanity is a choice. I hope my speech today will convince you to start donating blood. Thank you very much.